Everyone wants success. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Success is not as glamorous as you imagine. Behind every highlight reel you see on social media lies a hidden story of sacrifice, sleepless nights, painful rejections, crushing failures, and pressure so heavy most people quit. Today, I'm going to share 7 harsh truths about success nobody tells you. They're not motivational slogans, they're not easy to hear. But if you embrace them, they will completely change the way you live, work, and pursue your dreams. The first truth: success always has a price. Every achievement carries a hidden bill. Fame demands your privacy, wealth costs your peace of mind, ambition eats away at your time with loved ones. The harsh reality is simple: you cannot have everything. Elon Musk built rockets and cars, but he also sacrificed marriages and health. Serena Williams lifted trophies, but she gave up her youth to relentless training and injuries. A doctor spends their 20s in hospitals, while their peers enjoy parties and vacations. Success always takes something, whether you consciously choose it or not. That's why the real question isn't, do you want success? The real question is, what are you willing to give up for it? When you stop pretending that success is free, you take back control. You can choose which sacrifices you accept and which you refuse. The second truth: effort is invisible without results. You can grind for 10 years, but if the outcome fails, the world shrugs. Nobody buys a book because you spent a decade writing it. They buy it because it moves them. Nobody promotes you at work because you stay late. They promote you if the project succeeds. Effort is necessary, but it's just raw material. Results are the finished product. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times, but history doesn't remember the failures, it remembers the one working light bulb. The same with business. Think of Nokia. Thousands of engineers worked day and night, but when the company missed the smartphone wave, the effort vanished into obscurity. The harsh truth is that no one gives you credit for trying. They only notice when it works. This sounds cruel, but it shifts your focus. Stop counting hours. Start asking, what am I producing that matters? The third truth: the road is lonelier than you expect. At the bottom of the mountain, the crowd is large. Everyone is chatting, laughing, moving slowly together. But the higher you climb, the thinner the air, and the fewer people remain. That's success, a thinning crowd, until sometimes it's just you and the weight of your own determination. Friends may not understand why you skip weekends to study. Family may think you're reckless for chasing a dream instead of a safe job. Steve Jobs was once a misfit kicked out of his own company. J.K. Rowling wrote in cafes, broke and alone, while publishers rejected her manuscripts. Loneliness is inevitable because ambition separates you from the average. And here's the hardest part. Sometimes even people you love won't support you, not because they hate you, but because your drive exposes their comfort zones. The harsh truth is that success is lonely. But loneliness can also be your greatest teacher. In the quiet, you discover your own voice. You learn independence. You build resilience. And when applause finally comes, you'll know you could keep going even without it. The fourth truth: failure is essential fuel. We grow up fearing mistakes. School teaches us that red marks are shameful, but in reality, success is built on top of failure. Edison didn't invent the light bulb on the first try. He collected 1,000 failures as data points. Rowling didn't publish Harry Potter on her first draft. 12 publishers told her no. Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. These are not exceptions, they are the rule. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is the ingredient. Every rejection, every collapse, every broken attempt is raw information. Without it, you're only guessing. The harsh truth: if you want success, you must collect failures like bricks and stack them into your foundation. Most people give up after 2 or 3 tries, but those who succeed endure 10, 20, 50 failures more. They don't run from failure, they mine it for lessons. The fifth truth: you'll say no more than yes. People imagine success means endless opportunities, and in some ways, it does. But the real skill is not grabbing them all, it's rejecting almost all of them. Warren Buffett once said, "The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything." Steve Jobs built Apple not by saying yes to everything, but by stripping the product line down to a few essentials. The iPhone exists because Jobs killed dozens of other projects. Every yes carries a hidden cost. If you say yes to distraction, you're saying no to focus. If you say yes to comfort, you're saying no to growth. The harsh truth is that success is subtraction, not addition. You don't win by piling on more, you win by carving away until only the essential remains. The sixth truth: pressure doesn't disappear, it grows. Many people believe that once they make it, they'll finally relax. The opposite is true. Success multiplies pressure. A startup founder begins by worrying about rent. Later, they worry about paying salaries for hundreds of employees. A musician dreams of one hit. After it comes, they wake up every morning fearing they'll never repeat it. Athletes train their whole lives for a championship. Winning is hard. Defending it is even harder. The harsh truth is that the higher you climb, the heavier the weight on your shoulders. Pressure doesn't vanish. It evolves. If you can't handle the stress of small goals, you won't survive the stress of big ones. That's why the most successful people rely on routines, exercise, meditation, journaling. These aren't luxuries, they're survival tools. They don't reduce pressure, but they help you carry it without breaking. The seventh and final truth: success is not the final destination. This may be the hardest one to swallow. So many people imagine that once they achieve their goal, they'll be permanently fulfilled. Once I make 1 million, I'll be happy. Once I get that title, I'll be satisfied. Once I buy that house, I'll finally relax. But human psychology doesn't work that way. Our brains are wired to reset the bar. That's why Olympic champions often fall into depression after winning. Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian, admitted he struggled with emptiness after retirement. Success doesn't end the hunger, it simply raises the standard. The harsh truth is that success is not an endpoint, it's just a checkpoint. If you treat it as a destination, you'll always feel restless. If you treat it as a journey, you'll find meaning in every step. The real secret: success is not about getting somewhere, it's about becoming someone. So let's recap the 7 harsh truths about success nobody tells you. 1. Success always has a price. 2. Effort is invisible without results. 3. The road is lonelier than you expect. 4. Failure is essential fuel. 5. You'll say no more than yes. 6. Pressure doesn't disappear, it grows. 7. Success is not the final destination. At first, these truths sound discouraging. They strip away the fantasy that success is easy, glamorous, or fair. But once you accept them, they free you. You stop asking, "Why is this so hard?" and start realizing, this is exactly how success is supposed to feel. Loneliness becomes proof that you're walking a unique path. Failure becomes data, not shame. Pressure becomes a privilege. It means you're carrying something worth carrying. And the lack of a final destination becomes liberating. It means you can keep growing, keep learning, keep becoming. The harsh truths of success are not here to scare you. They're here to prepare you. To remind you that success is not comfort, it's challenge. It's not a lottery ticket, it's a lifestyle. And it's not about escaping the struggle, it's about learning to thrive in it. So the next time you feel the sting of sacrifice, the weight of pressure, the loneliness of ambition, or the emptiness after achievement, remember, this is what success truly looks like. And if you can accept these truths, you won't just chase success, you'll embody it. Because in the end, success is not about escaping harsh truths. It's about mastering them and turning them into your greatest strength.